House. Well, everybody assumed it was the White House, but the pictures we got and the diagrams we got were not the White House. It was the White Capitol building. So that was the target that we know subsequently that they were in fact, through intelligence, they were in fact heading to. And God bless those Americans on board that aircraft that went down in Shanksville, because if that aircraft had gotten through, the Capitol probably would have been gone. Another thing that happened with 93, remember that aircraft was a delayed takeoff. If it had taken off the same time the others had taken off.
Thank you for watching, and thank you, President Trump, for visiting Shanksville.
They wouldn't have had the alert on the aircraft as well, and we wouldn't
Please
have been
subscribe for more.
Being able to intercept. So it was one of those days, and actually watching what was happening and actually seeing it going on was absolutely amazing. And by the way, I've got to make an aside. It's an interesting story, because the Russians, at the very same time this was going on,
no, Biden won't go there.
Going on, and I remember Secretary
He's got a president that cares.
And called the Russians and said, we're leveling up our defense condition, taking it up one notch. And within minutes, you saw all the Russian systems starting to come down, because we do have an ability to watch a lot of things that happen overseas. And they were sending us a very clear message at the time. We don't know who it is either, but it's not us. And so we were able to really focus in on what was happening. But the other story on that was there were other aircraft coming in, at that time squawking hijack. So we didn't know what we were really facing at the time. And back in those days, if you squawked hijack, it was kind of hard to unsquawk. So we were trying to figure out what was coming in and what was happening. But I will tell you, sitting in the National Military Command Center that morning, it was absolutely fascinating. I was really proud of everybody that was going on. Remember the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Hugh Shelton, was halfway across the Atlantic heading to England. So Dick Myers was there, and I was there, the Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Scott Gray was there, and then Secretary Rumsfeld. And eventually we went up to Side R and set up an alternate command post. That's why we had to send the president to office, because for nuclear connectivity, because we were concerned the building was going to be lost to the Pentagon with all the fires raging on the roof and our satellite.
God bless you, President Trump.
So it was interesting to watch it, but the focus at that time was on 93, because it had turned. We'd watched it make the turn. We knew it was coming back towards us. The question was, what do we do with it? And then it went down.
Let's listen here for a moment. All right, former President Donald Trump continues to visit with victims' families, folks on the ground there, Shanksville, PA, after laying the wreath and touring the memorial there. And General, such an important moment for Americans to see every single year since that day. And we know that he's on the ground with some greatly affected by this. Gordon Felt, brother of Edward Porter Felt, Ken Knackle, brother of Louis J. Knackle. You know, General, there, to your point about everything that you just described, let's see if we can hear the former president. Trying to gather what we can there. He's not wearing a microphone, but sometimes we can pick up some of the audio there. But General, there, to your point, is so much that we learned from that day as a country.
God bless. Love you guys.
Yeah,
see you next
really
time.
Look,
thanks for watching.
Part of it is